welcome back everyone. Today we have another video for this time mono blue crocodile. I haven't made a video for him for OP2. I think the main reason why is because he didn't really get any new cards out of the new set. So it's basically a set 1 leader. I guess you could also play him with the Impel Down engine. I just don't know if it's good enough for him. I think for the format as how it is right now, this is the best way to play the deck, and it's actually very good. I think people have forgotten how good this card is, the Don Quixote Don Flamingo, because blue decks don't play it anymore. But this deck does get to play it at a multiples, and is really strong. The tempo right now is very crucial, as many decks are just trying to out-tempo their opponents because everyone is playing the 9-drop Whitebeard, and then if you're not trying to out-tempo the Whitebeard leader, then you're really losing. There's just no other way around it. So the best thing that you can do is play cards like this one that just keeps upping the outvaluing the opponent tempo, and just have to wait on the back of these cards. So yeah, this is very strong. This is something that I've been liking right now. And the only bad matchup that I've really been having is Zoro. As if you go second in that matchup, you're really unfavorable, and I don't know how to really win it. But besides that, everything else has felt really good if you go first, at the very least. Going second is a little bit more difficult, but like your curve is still very good going second. As against, for example, Whitebeard, you get to attach the extra energy so you can pressure. But what you want to do every game is basically Virgo into Flamingo, into Mihawk, into blockers, and into all the defense. So you play all these three on your curve, and then you defend with all the extra cards that you have, with the blockers, with the Boa, with the Moria, and you get the engine going at the end of the game. But you do want to establish these 3 bodies at the beginning, so you can win the game at the end with those 3 cards. And that's basically how you win with this deck, and it's been really successful for that reason. And right now, being able to bounce back a 6-drop, and there's a lot of decks that are playing like big cards. Being able to bounce them back and adding a card as pressure to is been really good. And the leader's effect is actually not bad. It's very decent, and yeah, I mean, it's the deck gets to do a lot of the things that it wants to do, right? So yeah, let's see some gameplay. All right, and we're half of our first match versus Whitebeard. This matchup, I am going first, so I'm thinking I'm good, and this hand is actually very good because I have my Flamingo into Mihawk, which is gonna really offer a lot of value. Here I had the option between playing the Nico Robin, but I think I'd rather save the Nico Robin for later on into the game, which is still gonna be good then. And I kind of want to find the 5-drop here, and that's precisely what I do here. So I am able to just play the 5-drop on curve and block out of this attack and develop my board nicely. So this is really good right now. The downside of playing everything on curve is that I'm not able to pressure his leader. But at least these big bodies are gonna be able to get there eventually. Are gonna make up for the time that I couldn't attack the leader, for sure. Here, my opponent goes for 6. I'll take that one. That's not that bad. My opponent's at 6 energy. I'll take this one. Maybe I should have a combo out of that one. Well, I wasn't expecting the Luffy, to be honest. But what other play could have been? So that's actually my bad that I didn't see the Luffy coming. But I'll attack the one that has counter power, and then I'll bounce back the one that has rush, because here's where one of the weaknesses, quote unquote, of the deck are, which is you can only do 1 play per turn. Your plays are too expensive, so you're only able to really do 1 play per turn. So if he wants to play the Luffy again, then he doesn't get to play the ace, and that's very important for me right now. So yeah, so he has to play the ace, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to bounce the Luffy because one, it has counter power, so it already did a lot of value for him, and he doesn't care about the card anymore. And the other Luffy is more threatening to me because it ignores blockers. So he's gonna defend it a lot, and then it's gonna be a problem for me. And if I force him to play it every turn, it's gonna go way better for me. And here I'm gonna attack the leader, see what he wants to do. And okay, because I wanted to get counter out of his hand. I was gonna bounce the Luffy anyway. The reason I want to bounce the Luffy again is the problem that I was just alluding just a second ago. They can only make one play per turn. So if I attack the Luffy, they might just let it die because it already did enough. So me bouncing the Luffy is better for me because they get the card back to the hand. It's counter power, but at least I get the 2k out of the hand, which was very important. Here they have the most impressive card that they can have as a Whitebeard player. Awaken, I'm having the 9-drop at 2 life, having a 2 ace, I mean a 4, a Luffy, and then an ace. That's just the best curve that any Whitebeard player can have. And they should be favored in this matchup right now and able to win. Here he combos a 1k to combo the Flamingo and out combos out of the big one, the Mihawk. However, there is an important thing here. He didn't have any 2Ks left because he comboed 2 1Ks to a combo. No. Yeah, 2 1Ks to a combo the 9 Mihawk, which means that's something that I have to keep in mind. And here I'm forcing, I don't want him to play another Whitebeard. That would be really bad for me. So I'm forcing the action here by playing 2 blockers. So he uses the Whitebeard ability. And I get my card back, I get to block the Whitebeard, and if he wants to deal me damage, he has to attack with everything on the Whitebeard, but then he doesn't develop anything else. And that's good for me, that's not horrible, that's not the worst thing that can happen. But he can also just develop something else and attack for 7 here, that's what he's gonna do. But I'm gonna be able to easily outcombo out of that one. These cards are actually not good. I don't see myself playing any of those cards, so I'm kind of just looking for defensive cards at this point, so I can keep going for a couple of turns, which is what I need right now. Here I find the Miss Old Sunday. Miss Old Sunday allows me to play double blocker next turn and get back the Espada and try to defend next turn again. So I think that sounds about what I want to be doing right now. Unfortunately for me, I'm still at 9 done, so I haven't been able to fully get to 10 because I was forced to use my leader ability early on. And here I will attack for 10. I'm counting the energy. I have 4 and 3, and I need 1 for the Espada, so I'm gonna need all the energy that I have. So I'm only able to attack for 9. But as I was saying before, he doesn't have 2Ks anymore because I already out-comboed this one with a bunch of 2Ks. And here is debating whether he's going to play another Whitebeard or not, but I don't think he is. So he just out-comboed that one. And then I'll use the leader again because alluding to the same thing, he can only do 1 play per turn. And if I bounce the Luffy, that's the next play. And I think I can out-combo the Whitebeard, the Luffy, and the other Whitebeard. I think I'm gonna be able with this what I have on board. So that's what I'm trying to get to. And then next turn, my only play is that he doesn't have enough for these 2 big bodies, and I'm able to win on the back of those. There is an argument for my opponent to attack my the big bodies here because if he doesn't have enough counter, then that's gonna be really important. However, he does attack for 12 here. I'll block with the boa because if I give him the first free life, then he might have some kind of removal in combination with something else, and then it's kind of tricky for me. And I also want to bait him into playing his hand because I don't know how many counters he has, like 1 energy counters he has in hand, and I need to go for game next turn. There is just no there is no making this like longer. That I have to go for game next turn. There's just no elongating the game anymore. Like I don't have any more cards in hand, and this has to happen. And here there is an argument to attacking my board again here with the Luffy. No, but he only has 6 and he wants to leave 2 up. So yeah, okay, so he puts me to 0. And it is here it's just a matter of numbers. Here I'll attack for 8 first, because again he has shown me that he doesn't have any 2Ks. And attacking for 8, it just eats a radical beam, and then the Mihawk is more likely to survive. Yes, he comboed 3 cards out of that attack. That's just perfect. And then this one has to be enough. 15, he has only 2 radical beams, no more counter power, and I win the game. I beat the best curve that they could have with Whitebeard, and they were low in 2Ks, I guess, in that game, but I mean they had everything else, so you cannot really complain if you're the Whitebeard player here. All right, and we're gonna have our matchup against Luffy. We were able to go first, and our curve is actually again the best that it could be, especially against Luffy. Or removal is actually more impactful against this deck than it is against any other deck. So I feel confident of the deck is going to do very well in this match. I will combo the 6 because I want to... I just want to get a card in my one event into my graveyard so I can just keep curving out. I'll attack for 5. Hopefully he takes it. He doesn't, but that's fine. He combo Kinzu. He might not have another one, or he might have another one. It doesn't really matter because I have the Flamingo as an answer, and I have Flamingo and Flamingo again, so it's really good against Luffy and what they're trying to do. Now he doesn't have the Marco going, and I will bounce the Kindu again. Attack for 5, and I will not attack with the Virgo because I want to get one more card into my hand before I have to rest. They start attacking my Virgo, and I have to start comboing cards out of my hand. And let's see if that proves to be a problem or not. But it's fine. I don't really mind if he does. Here I do get to play Mihawk on curve now. I got the best curve that they can have, and here at 2 life I feel okay. I don't feel that bad. And I think he does make a mistake here, thinking that I just don't have any counter power, that I've been taking life because I don't have any. No, I've just been taking life because I don't really mind taking the life, going to 2 life. That's just my way of playing. And I will attack 7 at leaders, as I'm going to bottom deck the Luffy. And I take control over the game here right now. I probably don't want to combo the Mihawk out of my hand because I have too many big drops in my hand. However, because he did this play where he's going to try to remove the 2 battle cards on board, I feel really okay. He can only remove one of them because the ace doesn't have rush. So I am okay with this development. Now I'm thinking, yeah, no, I can just drop the other one, bottom deck the ace, and just attack the opponent. I should have attacked for 6 maybe. It doesn't really matter if he out-combos out of that one. Because he took that one, then I'm going to attack for 8. I'm going to ask for 2 2Ks in return, or I'm going to put him to 0, and I don't think he wants to do that. So now I just attack for 8, and I'm attacking for 9. So maybe he just didn't want to combo a 2K. He's full of 2Ks and he didn't want to combo a 2K. That's probably what happened. Now he's got the Whitebeard, but he's lost the board already. I have a way too strong of a board. And I could attempt to go for game next turn, but he does keep 1 energy up. Oh, no, he keeps the blocker. There is a world where I can just go for game here. I think actually I could just go for game. But I was so far ahead that it didn't really matter to me. I can just keep playing here, just keep poking, keep developing the cards out of my hand, and put him to 0 here, and then I can just go for game next turn. There is just no way that he can kill me with through a blocker this many counter power in my hand, and I'm just gonna develop another Flamingo. Cause why not? It's just the turn that he's at 7k is just not as good to go for a game in those turns, because they are going to have a lot of defense, and I mean everything is gonna be easier to defend, and I don't know if he has a bunch of 2Ks in hand, so it could just I could put myself in a bad spot to lose the game to a rusher and maybe the 2 cards that he has on hand. So there is no reason for me to do any of those plays. If he wants to attack my leader for 12k to get rid of my blocker, that's just fine. He has to play a card from hand to do that, and I can definitely just go for game now next turn. So he has to decide whether he wants to attempt to go for game, which is definitely not going to work, or if he wants to if he wants to destroy my board. But then I have already developed something else just to prevent that from being an issue. And yeah, now okay, I can just let both of them die. It's just not even a problem. And then now I can just go for game. Now that I have this, I'll play a blocker that is hard to remove. I can bounce back the blocker, and it's just an easy math here where he has 2 cards in hand, so I'll just attack for 7 on the first attack. There is no card that he cannot combo with 1 chopper in hand, and then attack for 9, same result. I mean, he can get a Garpon out alive, but then the second attack here is gonna kill him anyway. So it was doomed to fail for him, for sure. Alright, and we're gonna have the matchup against Smoker. This matchup actually could be really bad for me, because they do have a lot of removal, and the removal actually lines very well with my cards. Like if I play a Virgo here, he's gonna be able to KO it with his Sakatsuki, and that's gonna be very bad for me. And he's going also second, and actually I kind of want to take first from him. I mean second from him, because his curve is just too good otherwise. But I'm still gonna try, of course. I'm gonna play the best curve that I can have, which is the Virgo into Flamingo, into another Flamingo. It would be better if I have the Mihawk, but you play with what you have, of course. Here my opponent is going to, I'm expecting a 4-drop and attack 4/5. Let's see if that's the case. No, instead he's going to reduce the cost and attack for 6. I have to take this 6 because I don't have nothing else. I'm not gonna combo 2 cards to do that. And he plays a Smoker. Smoker is fine, and I'm thinking here I could play. Just the only play that I can do is really the Virgo here, because anything else is just not efficient enough. And if he wants to play the so this is what I'm thinking. If he wants to play the Sakatsuki to KO my Virgo, then I'll use my blocker. I was thinking about using the blocker here either way, because if my next turn is gonna be Flamingo, bounce back the Sakatsuki, and I don't want him to give him free value out of the Sakatsuki again. So I was gonna block the first attack either way, but he played the Tagashi first, and then he played the Kobe, and then now I'm thinking I can take this damage, go to 3, that's fine. But now I have the Flamingo play, and I have another target that I can attack easier, and I should be fine. I don't think he can destroy my Flamingo, at least not with Ace, unless I don't get rid of this Takashi. So I'm gonna attack it either way, see if he wants to defend it, and I'm gonna attack it with both, see how far he wants to go here. I think he just wanted for me to tap the card so he can attack it, maybe. Yeah, he lets it die, that's fine. Now I play Flamingo, bounce back the this guy, and now his pressure is not looking as great. Smoker doesn't play too many minus S effects that are on play, So I feel like my Flamingo is good, or it's gonna take at least 3 cards to get rid of a Flamingo, a Suru into a Sakatsuki and discard a card. But that's fine. That's 3 cards for 1. That's, I mean, 2, I guess, because it's a body. But that's fine. I feel like that's a good exchange for me. Attacks for 5 at my Flamingo. I know he's doomed to die anyway. And he doesn't attack with anything else. He just develops a Hina. But I guess what? I have another way to tap the to bounce back the Hina. And I'm gonna start attacking for 7s, as I know he doesn't want to go low in life, because he wants to play the he probably wants to play the 10 drop next turn. And if I pressure him this turn, the 10 drop is not gonna do anything. And next turn I'm gonna start attacking for 7, 7, 7, and I'm gonna punish the 10 drop if he does do the play of the 10 drop. That's why sometimes the 10 drop is kind of like a bait, because like if you do play the 10 drop here, it's not gonna do anything. And my response to him playing the 10 drop is just gonna attack him for everything, and he's gonna put him on the back foot after that. And those are the risks of playing the 10 drop in the deck. And I like playing the 10 drop in a bad spot. And so I don't know what he's gonna do here. So he opts to not do that. He attacks for 8, which is a weird number because it's just out combo about a 2k. And I guess I haven't been out comboing out of anything else. So he's thinking maybe I don't have anything else. But he knows that I'm going into my crocodile turn, that I can use my leader without like repercussions. So I mean, it's free for me to bounce that card back to the hand. And I'm gonna start attacking for 7s, because 7 is a good number against a 4 hand life. I'm sorry, 4 cards in hand, and also he's a 2 life, and yeah, it's just 7 is the perfect number here. He makes me discard 1 card with this one, but that's not an issue. My deck gets a lot of card backs from the graveyard, so it's not even a problem. I attack for 7 again. He gets the wave out of life, but that's fine. At this point, it doesn't do enough, and I'm gonna attack for 9. The reason why is because I want him to block. If he blocks here, then all the plays, yeah, he has to keep putting blockers out, or he's not gonna be able to tap out, and then it's gonna be like I'm gonna put him on the defense for the whole game, for the rest of the game. And this is just one of the ways to do it. And I'm just gonna keep my defense up, and I have too much defense down in hand, so I feel like I cannot lose this game now. Because yeah, he might remove my cards on board, but that takes his whole hand. He needs blockers that he needs multiple blockers, because I can bounce back 1 blocker for free with my leader. So like, he needs too many things to answer my board, and it is just my game to lose at this point. And he's attacking now the Flamingos, which is a mistake now, because now you're basically making my leader a 7k. I'm okay with that. But I guess he doesn't have many other options. He can play against the Hana, but like the Hana against bounce back to the hand, so it's not even a good play. And attacks again for 7. I just combo out of that one. And then attacks again for 7. I'll combo out of that one. And attacks for 5. I'll just use the Love. I don't really need to use the Love or do anything else, but here I'll just attack for the winning games. It doesn't matter. He cannot defend this turn for sure. Okay, and we're going second against Zoro. It's not really the matchup that we want to go against, second against. But, I mean, it's fine. I mulligan. My hand wasn't... It was decent, but it wasn't really that good. I kind of wanted to find a... the 2-drop. I forgot her name. So I could play it on turn 2, or something else that I can do on turn 2. Here I do get punished a little bit, and he does have a Nami into the Dan opening, which is their best opening for sure. And if he has another 1-drop, it's going to be really difficult, and they do. So he has developed 3 cards, and I have nothing in my board. I probably should not have attack. I think I have to win this matchup through attrition, but then also if you don't attack, then the 9-drop is really impossible to win. But then his opening hand here was really good. As Nami, I think I have to combo the Nami. I mean, it really didn't matter. I could have a combo the Nami or not. I was gonna take 7 here. So he has the best opening that he could have for sure. And I have to combo the Virgo here as he's too slow. And he will attack for big numbers now. And this is the correct way to play this deck. Attack for 2 big numbers and 1 small one. But this is the best opening that Zoro can have. And there is really little that any deck can do about this. I'll attack the Sunny because the Sunny is really annoying here. And I guess I'll attack the Nami. I could have attacked the Dan really, because it doesn't take too much energy, and if he wants to pump one of the 1-drops, he already have like 3 of them that he could pump for free. So maybe it was correct to just attack the Dan instead of the whatever else he had there. I have to combo 5 here. And then he attacks for 7 and 7, 6. Those are really good cards in this matchup, so I'm gonna keep them. The Flamingo seems to be a bit too slow right now. He has too many cards in hand and board, and I have to deal with them. And if I don't, I'm just definitely gonna fall behind. Here, I have to attack with my Boa, get some cards. I have to waste 2 energy here, because if I don't, then it's gonna be much harder for me, and I have to get rid of the Makimo. If he wants to spend energy into the Migras, that's fine. Because I mean, he has to be running low of the 1-drops that pump the other 1-drops, right? And if he wants to spend his whole turn just using the energy that way, I am okay with that. But he just keeps going with the dance. He keeps having the cards to just keep going. And Migra here is gonna be really annoying. And I probably should have played the Boa, but then if I do play the Boa, he attacks for 7, which is surprising. And then he has a Zoro on top of all of that. So he just... all the gas... like, nothing that I really could have done. Here, I think I have to start playing the... attack for 5, because I know I only have 2 attacks here. And attack the Migra, and I have to bounce the Zoro. I try to slow him down by the fact that he doesn't have too much energy. And trying to slow down the 9-drop a little bit. I have to combo my Boa as... oh my god, he just keeps having the 1-drops to keep pumping. And that's just been really annoying. And there's 2 cards that I cannot counter with. Have been really digging a hole in my deck. As I'm just a bit too slow right now for what he's trying to do. I have to combo to that one, and I probably have to take the Zoro. Although he's probably gonna attack my the card on board. Yeah, because he doesn't want to lose his board. That's the biggest advantage that he's got going for himself. And I probably should have just taken that one, but at least here I drew a good card. And I'll attack the 7. And I'll attack the 1 again. No, that one. That was a mistake. Oh, no. I kind of wanted... oh, no, because I have the Flamingo. That's right. I wanted to bounce back the 1-drop. If he wants to play the 1-drop again, if he wants to repeat that turn, I can keep going a little bit. And eventually, he's now lost the board. So, but now, this is the issue. Now, yeah, I answer everything on the board. But how do I beat the White Bear? It's really difficult. At least I have this that can bite back this, and I can at least do some damage here. But this Mihawk is completely horrible, and I have nothing really that I can do here. I have to attack the leader, trying to buy myself some time, hoping that he attacks my my 7 drops here. But he could probably go for game, and I just don't have anything to stop it. He attacks my leader. I'll take it because I have to. And he plays another white bear. And this time he attacks my leader again. Puts me to 0. I have no other option here. And 2 of them is too much. So here I just have to attempt to go for game. Even through that, I'm hoping he doesn't have any counter in hand. Attack for 9, attack for 9, attack for 9, and attack for 12 on the last one. And hope that that's enough. But if he out-combos out of one of these ones, it's game. That's it. Yeah, okay. Nothing really much that I could have done there. He had a really powerful opening, like extremely powerful opening, into 2 white bears. There is no leader that, no one can stop that. It doesn't matter what leader it is. All right, and the final thoughts. This deck has performed very well in my testing, especially going first. I think if you are into the deck, there's no way why you shouldn't play it. It's really decent right now with Whitebeard being one of the most popular decks. You do get to have a nice matchup against it. Even through their best curve, you still are able to outbalance them and are able to win the late game because you do have a lot of blockers that are actually efficient against them. And you have a lot of counter power also to balance that out with the 3 big cards that you're going to play. So that's probably your best matchup. And everything else, you're still able to win it if you play it correctly. And yeah, I mean, it did really decently into the into the case tournament that we have recently here. It got top 8. And I could see the power. Like, these cards are really good and they're really powerful. And they definitely just adds to the value of the deck. Like, being able to play cards like Missile Sunday infinitely like puts your grind deck in, like, grind potential into a hyper. You're able to defend late game super, like, a lot because of that card, and that's really nice. So that's the deck that I have for today. With that being said, thank you all for watching and have a good day.